Well, hello, Scott here. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, today we're in the Slovak capital of Bratislava. There's the UFO bridge. And whilst there, Liz and I fancied a day trip to Vienna. So I had a look at it in advance. I'm going to give you all of the details of how we did it. We started off by going from Bratislava to Vienna on the Danube, on the hydrofoil. I'm going to tell you all about that, how to get that done. And then after a full day of sightseeing in Vienna, we saw pretty much everything we wanted to. There's Mozart appropriately looking over a musical note. We came back on a local train. I'm going to show you exactly how we did that. I've got maps, I've got prices, so stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to do a day trip from Bratislava to Vienna. So that's where Bratislava is in Central Europe, and a little bit unusual in that it's a national capital that's surrounded by other countries, Austria and Hungary. 39 miles is the distance between Vienna and Bratislava. I had a look on the Twin City Liner website. This is how you do the Danube part of the journey. You need to turn up then there on the north bank of the Danube where the map is showing you. So at the particular boat dock, and this was Monday the 29th of May 2023, you turned up. The 10:30, one of three sailings on that particular day. It was the first day of the high season. Lots of people with their cases, as you can see. Ticket office there opens at 10 a.m. We bought our ticket before going, although you could do it in advance, of course. There's the ticket office. It does say technically you've got to take your passport with you. We didn't have any need to show. 39 euros each way is the cost, with 3 euros if you've got a large piece of luggage, and the sailings up to 3 times daily. And it takes around 90 minutes to get from Bratislava to Vienna, and of course the same when you do the return leg. So here's the hydrofoil as it came in. Twin City Liners, bang on time. I got a bit arty with my camera there, so forgive me for that. But we found our seats. You get loads and loads of seats, and different costs for different areas of the boat to sit in. We moved as soon as we started off, so don't be too hung up on picking your seat. There's loads of space, as you can see. The sound wasn't very good, which is why I'm dubbing over it. There is a screen, a la sort of the flight map when you're on a plane, showing you where you are. There is Bratislava Castle with a cathedral there on the right-hand side, just as we left the city. And you can walk pretty much all over the boat. I'm up there on the top deck, and a little bit behind the glass there, that's what's called the Captain's Lounge, which is more expensive. But other than that, you can walk quite happily around the boat and get a really good view of the Danube. Now that is, that's not exactly Devin Castle, it is slightly in the distance, but the buildings around it are associated with that. And you'll see the tower, which is in, I'm not going to try and pronounce that, but that's in the grounds of Devin Castle, which is one of the highlights of Bratislava. So it's nice to be able to see a little bit as you sail down the Danube. And what was, as you can see, a beautiful day. It was about 23 degrees at that point, really, really pleasant, probably about 11 a.m. by this time. Now, this picture shows that Danube is very much a working river. Now, I guess years and years ago, you'd have seen a lot more of these barges. Now, I'm not sure what that was transporting. It looks like something quite heavy. You saw quite a few of these as we were going up towards Austria. Now, you can see that we're in actually Austrian territory now, and we're coming up to the Danube Canal, which is very, very close now to Vienna. At this point, they told us we had to sit down as we were in the Danube Canal. It's a bit narrow, and I guess he was steering a little bit or slightly more erratically, although it was a very pleasant trip. A little bar at the back, as you can see. Toilets on board as well, so don't worry about any of that. Here we are arriving in Vienna, and we arrived at the Schonbrunn Palace area of the city, and I'll show you where that is. That's the Danube Canal, not the Danube, but quite convenient location. We walked towards then the centre of town, and you'll see what our priority was. We were hungry by this time. It was well after 12, so we had lunch and then a slice of the famous Saka torte, which I liked. Elizabeth thought it was a bit overrated. I liked it though, really chocolatey. Very nice. Now, I'm not going to show you much about Vienna. There'll be a separate video on that, but we had a bus tour. Because we were really short on time, we thought, let's just do a bus tour. Let's see as much as we possibly can. Not cheap, 39 euros. If the weather had been a little bit cooler, we might have walked, but it was very warm, so we thought, let's not do that. That's Prater, with its famous Ferris wheel there in the background. And then the other big site is the Schonbrunn Palace, which is the site of the former emperors of Austria. And here we go. So let's have a look now at the return leg. As I said, I'm not going to show you much about Vienna. We'll do that in a later video. This is the Vienna Hbf station, the main purpose-built station for Vienna. There's a big spa there, so if you want stuff for the journey back, you can just pop in through there, and there's plenty there. Really modern, really pleasant and airy station. We bought our tickets at the machine, but you could change the language to English, which made life an awful lot easier. And there are a couple of choices that I'll outline in just a second, but essentially there are 2 trains per hour back to Bratislava, and it takes just about an hour, but I'll explain that in just a second. Now you'll see this sign everywhere. That's the sign of the Austrian Federal Train Service. And as ever, I had a quick look on trainline.com just to get the lay of the land, just so I knew exactly what the frequency and the cost of the trains were. And basically, if you're on a local train, it's €10, takes just over an hour. If you want to do one of the faster trains, €15 for 55 minutes, that's a copy of the ticket there. It was actually €11.10. It does vary, as you'll see. Quite a pleasant, airy train, as you can see. Liz and I made ourselves comfortable. That's the beautiful Austrian countryside. Who knew Austria had bits that were as flat as that? Lovely agricultural land, I suppose. And as we go back to Bratislava, now this is the Austrian-Slovak border. There are absolutely no formalities at all. Both are Schengen countries. And then a few miles up the road, we're at the main Bratislava train station. Here it is, communist era, as you can see. I could do with a lick of paint, but I think it's always fascinating to visit places like this. And you'll see it from the outside in just a moment. And lots of transport options, as you'll see. Although if you want to take a dart, that's €5 to the centre. We walked. It was only about 20 minutes walk, and there we are back in the old town. So thank you for watching this video. A really interesting day out we had. Hopefully it's something you'll be able to try as well. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please consider subscribing to this channel. Also, I'd be very grateful if you could like this video and hit that notification bell. If you do that, you'll continue to receive lots more rubbish just like this.